Hey guys, welcome to my video about Bullets and More VR. It is an upcoming shooter for the HTC Vive, and I know that you want to see some gameplay footage and the custom scene editor I've been working on immediately. But before I'm going to show you that, I want to highlight some aspects that are important for me to say and might also be important for you to know. So the first aspect is actually not so important. I put VR in the title. I think it sure helps to highlight that you would have more fun playing this game with an HTC Vive or maybe in the future another VR device. Alright, so what is this game all about? The title already says something. It's about shooting and all the stuff. I'm sure you know Anton and his great game Hot Dogs, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. He has done a wonderful job and I really could not have done it any better. But I think Anton aims more for a full realism simulation type game. And he also denies to implement human targets. That's when Bullets and More comes into play, because I totally want to do that. Another difference is I think Anton uses a full physical approach in which cartridges and all the stuff are moved using the physics engine. Of course in Bullets and More you also see how the gun cycles, but it is not done by physics. I wrote my own system to handle all that. Of course there are good reasons for both solutions, but I'm only going to highlight my reasons for going for a non-physical approach. So one reason is that the whole gun mechanism is decoupled from the physics engine and also decoupled from the physics engine tick rate. So for instance, my fastest weapon is shooting at 1200 RPM and it can empty a magazine in under 2 seconds. I'm sure you know what gun I'm talking about. This works without any issues. I also got a level in which the gravity is very low and it will not affect the weapon behavior. I'm anyway aiming more for a very reliable and consistent feel to the weapons. Changing the gravity also enables you to throw your guns up in the air and reload them in mid-air. It takes a little bit practice, but it feels absolutely badass doing it, and it's like in the Matrix, I think. I'm also not doing too much checks when it comes to magazine insertion, so that process is very smooth and you do not really need to think about it. It just works. You also got yourself a bag on the left and on the right side. You just can grab into the bag and pull out ammunition for the weapon you are currently holding or you just dropped. So this is something that makes it easier to reload your weapon. You do not need to carry a lot of ammunition with you, and it also is easier for new players to understand which magazine, clip or cartridge or whatever needs to be put in what kind of weapon. The non-physical approach also should allow multiplayer games. I'm a mobile developer and I already have done some multiplayer games, so I got the experience in doing that, but I'm not going to promise anything here because it really depends on the sales, the feedback and all the stuff, because I do not want to think about multiplayer without being able to afford another VR rig. It can be done, but it is not what I want to do. This should be the most important things for you to know. Probably there are even more differences. I never bought HDVR and I never played it. I'm just too afraid to become influenced by the feel of it and how things have been done. I might play it in the future to also support what Anton has done. But for now, I really want to do my own stuff. Yeah, so you are already seeing some gameplay footages, so that was the first time lying at you guys, but I just think it did make more sense to actually show some moving stuff instead of having a black screen for like 5 minutes. Yeah, so you can also put the scope onto the M1. It doesn't really have a mount for it, but I think it would have been, a waste if I would not have done it. So yeah, it also does the ping sound you guys love. I'm not sure if I'm loving it anymore. There are also some different game modes, like shooting mutants, and it is not a good thing to encounter a mutant while hearing a ping sound. Yeah, here you see the menu to spawn objects. You are currently seeing the editor, that's why everything is so empty. It is an empty scene that you can save and can modify. This is a tile that you can use for creating rooms. The first tiles are a little bit harder to place because rotation is not right. There is an easier fix to do it. You just need to reset the rotation. There is an option for it. I just didn't use it. I sometimes don't know my own game. It's a little bit sad, but I'm developing this part and I'm developing another part and I'm changing it. And in the end, I do not know what I'm really doing. So yeah, I think you will get much better in it because you will have more time to actually play the game. Yeah, now you see they match. They are a little bit too high, so I'm placing it down again. And it makes trouble again a little bit. It doesn't match. And now, once you got the first tile into the right direction, it also will place the other tile in the right direction and they will match. So just try a little bit with that. But if you get the first tiles down, it is actually pretty straightforward, as you've seen here. It automatically guesses the rotation you want it to place in. If you do it too extreme, it of course will mess up, but most of the times it will work just fine, as you are seeing here. They match each other without any problems. The tiles are also very big. That's why I scale them down when you pick them up. Yeah, and they match. There also is window tiles, door tiles, empty tiles. So you already can build some breaching scene here without any problems. I think I'm going to fast forward this now because it takes some minutes and it is actually a very repetitive process now. You pick the next tile, you place it, you pick the next tile, you place it, and you pick the next tile, and guess what? You place it. So yeah, I'm doing that now and see you when I'm done doing it. And it is done. As you see, it is a room that lacks some windows. I'm going to add here another tile that has a window for no reason actually. The menu floats inside the ground because I'm looking at the ground. I know where the menu items are located, so for me it's not an issue. might address this in the future, but yeah, I'm looking for a lot of feedback anyway. So I'm placing some targets now. Yeah, the targets are not intelligent in any way at the moment, but I totally want to add some kind of AI. You also can place your own spawn points for yourself. If there is no spawn point for you, you will spawn at the default position. But if you add multiple spawn points, you will spawn in the map at a different location every time you launch the game. So you can later add AI and add different spawn points so that it becomes a quite dynamic level. The AI, however, needs to be a bit different because it cannot rely on the map because it is done at runtime. Yeah, this is a gun spawning tool and object spawning tool. You can select weapons and spawn it. It's quite simple, but yeah, it works. You also can put your weapons into the belt, as you see. There are these bubbles, you got 6 of them. Yeah. Now, this is a weapon I was talking about before. So let's have some test. Yeah, I forgot to remove the colliders from the glass windows, so the bullets will not penetrate, because there is no material set for it. So the energy absorption value for it is 1, and the bullet cannot go through. But I actually made a system that allows penetration, so you actually can shoot through wood, as you have seen in the beginning scene. You also can interact with objects that are far away using the remote interaction. It also works for menus. So you actually need to operate the bolt on this gun. It is a two-handed weapon, and you also can lose grip of the other hand, so you operate it with the right hand without dropping the weapon. All that stuff is implemented. You also can pick it up on the handle or on the other grip point. So now I'm changing the gravity. This value is also saved. So if you change it and save the map, it will be restored when you load it. So now you see it's floating. It feels a little bit like slow motion without actually having changed the time. Yeah, and the best thing is you always can reset everything. So the things you can blow up will reset, all that stuff. You can do it again and again. You also can have some positive gravity like this. So things start to go up instead of go down. It's a little bit dumb, but yeah, it is a feature actually. Yeah, as you can see, the level has successfully been loaded. It still looks the same, so that works perfectly. Great. So now let's try some game mode. Let's start with hologram. Yeah, everyone is talking about Matrix and slow motion and all that stuff, but I think there are not too many bows in the Matrix. I think they often use firearms. Yeah, I'm very bad at this for two reasons. I lack practice and my room is too small. I had to trick the Vive in including desks and stuff into the room to allow me to assign it. So that is absolutely not perfect for this type of game. Furthermore, my laptop is in the room and yeah, I do not want to hit it before I did not even release the game. That would be sad. Yeah, I'm trying this reload stuff. Sometimes it works and I'm happy, but it is not so easy. But I really hope if this game really gets some community, that we will see people go all crazy, and yeah, that would be very fun to watch actually. Yeah, the game goes so on and on, you know that. The game will also get harder and harder. More targets will spawn. I lack feedback for it, so I'm not sure if the higher levels are too hard or if maybe the first level is already too hard. I cannot tell. I need feedback for that and it can be adjusted then. But for now I think it's good. You can be hit 2 times and then it's over. And your health resets after every level. Yeah, I thought I would be dead, but the next level actually saved me, because it did reset my health in the right moment. Here you can see how the bullets slide in. Yeah, I think it's nice. It works good. And it also works at higher speeds. If you're actually firing the gun fast, this will also happen, but you just cannot see it like in the real world. So now I'm really dead and you can type your name to enter your... I also thought about not showing this dialogue if your score is too low, but it doesn't really make sense because of the daily leaderboard. So yeah, in theory it could still matter that you did enter your high score. Yeah, let's return to the main menu, and now I want to show you the last mode. It is actually scary and I hate it. I made this mode, but I hate it. I also did not debug it as frequently as other modes because it is really not my type of game. I'm way too sensitive for this shit. And yeah, I also tried to use some photogrammetry on the trees and the environment to make it more believable. I'm not a 3D artist or a photographer, so the result is probably not as good as it could have been done by some professionals. In this scene there are also animals that bring more life to it. The enemies are mutants in this game, and they are different in their behavior because they are not walking straight at you. They are using the environment. They might be behind a tree and change mind and walk in another direction. So you constantly have to check if you did not miss some of these guys behind a tree. And that really adds to the stress factor for me, and is a reason I just killed myself because it was too stressful at the moment, and I really didn't feel like I would want to continue. There also is a little tutorial that explains some stuff and also put some weapons in there so you can try the things that are there right away to see if you did understand them and things like that. Also the level editor is explained, and yeah, you can do step by step and learn the game. I think it should work fine. It is not looking very good, but in the end it only matters that you can play the game. So that was Bullets and More in a nutshell. I will keep on making videos and have some devlog about the progress. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'm really looking for your feedback, and have a nice day. See you.